If you have been on the journey of trying to change your subconscious and it isn't changing for you, I have great news for you. It's not going to let you. Because that's what the subconscious does. As we talked about in the last video in this series, there are particular kinds of beliefs that our mind is absolutely not going to allow us to change. And that is because we are trying to change a pillar of our subconscious. These are what I call core beliefs. Core beliefs are the very deepest beliefs that we formed, that we have built not just some silly little identity, but literally our understanding of reality around. And if you want to change one of those things, your subconscious is not going to let you. What happens if you actually formed your core identity around the idea that you're not lovable? You'll never be successful. Everyone hates you. The world is bad. There's bad people in it. Only bad people have money, and so on. If you're trying to change one of these beliefs, you actually are not going to be able to use normal tools. Affirmations, subliminals, and even hypnosis aren't going to work. Instead, you're going to have to go on the journey, and I'm going to go with you, on the journey into your subconscious to give it what it needs to open up and allow you to change that pillar. And that's what we're going to do in this video. Hi friends, my name is Dr. Erienne Weine. I'm a cognitive psychologist and I teach you how to see into your subconscious. The first thing that we need to understand if we're going to change one of our subconscious pillars or one of our core beliefs is we need to understand exactly what our mind is doing to form its protection mechanism. Because once we understand that, we're going to understand how to get past it. First of all, we need to understand that the mind is actually doing a good job. Even though it's holding on to a belief system we don't necessarily want that's keeping us in lack subconsciously or blocking us from something that we've always wanted, we need to understand that our mind is actually doing what it's supposed to do. It's being responsible. So the first thing that you want to do is actually just accept it. And just do that with me right now. Okay, I'm protecting myself. And then go within and try to thank that part of yourself. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for always being there every time I tried to screw this up. Thank you for always helping me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The second thing that you need to do is understand that every single thing that you have done to try to force those beliefs to change has only made your walls and your boundaries and the blocks and everything that defends that pillar stronger. Everything you've tried up until this point has only made all those defenses stronger. Your mind probably sees you as the enemy. It probably thinks your affirmations are the devil, and it probably thinks every time you go into like an abundance or love or kindness or security meditation that you're sending it directly to hell. You are seen as the enemy, and that makes it even harder to change these things. Now that we know that the mind has been protecting us and that we are the enemy, we can begin to start to unlock some of the understanding of what exactly those defenses are doing. So let me ask you a question. For your physical body, when you have been injured, what does your physical body want you to do? Well, if you twist your ankle or you even just like step on a thumbtack, your body is going to give you immediate pain, right? Immediate pain. And it hurts a lot, right? And what does that immediate pain make you do? It makes you shrink back. You take your foot off the thumbtack before you even realize you stepped on it, right? Even if you're like about to twist your ankle, you might feel some pain and then you stop making that step. That quick pain response is what tells your body to pull back. Your mind does the same thing. When we were experiencing something, even if it was before we formed memories, if we were experiencing something in our life that was causing us pain, what our mind probably did in that moment was tell us to run, tell us to pull back. It immediately activated our fight or flight response. Let's fight this, let's flee, let's freak out and get the F away from here. I know there's other Fs, but the point is, when the bad thing happened, our mind immediately tried to get us to run away. But what probably happened, especially if we were very young, is that we weren't able to. We weren't able to just run away. We weren't able to just abort our life. We weren't able to just make the bad thing stop. What happened instead is that we were forced to stay or repeatedly see or be immersed in a situation that a deep part of our psyche said is wrong. People yelling, people in pain, other people hurt, upset, in lack, overgiving, not having enough to live, being in bad situations regarding the core things in this life: love, basic resources, money, goodness. We naturally, just as souls, we know and we believe everybody should just have all of this all of the time. And when we don't have that, when we see a world that is broken, especially when we're very young and that soul part of ourself is so exposed to reality, the world around us being broken breaks us. And the first thing that our mind does is it says no. It says, I don't want my little life spark in here to see that. That's too intense. That's too much. And guess what it's going to do? It's going to protect us. So now you, as a little kid, as a little child, or just somebody who is at a very vulnerable and open stage of life, you as this person had an experience in reality that your mind itself didn't even want you to be experiencing. When that happens, our mind shuts down our perception of what's going on in reality. That's how we end up with memories that are gone or altered. And instead, what it does is it starts forming its defenses. Let's talk about what those defenses can look like. Defenses take the form of what we experience now as limitations, but they're really mental blocks. They're really literally your mind not letting you see it, trying to make it so you can't hear it, trying to make it so that you never have to fully experience the pain of fully stepping on that thumbtack. Your mind saw it was about to be painful and it just shuts it down. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm saying that we didn't necessarily mentally fully let in the trauma when it was happening. And it doesn't have to be something everyone on the planet would consider traumatic, although it can be, and a lot more of us have experienced real deep human traumas than we think. But it doesn't matter what other people would consider to be traumatic. It just matters what your mind, when you were really tiny, said, we have to protect. We can't let this in. This is going to do damage. That little prick of thumbtack is going to hurt us a lot. Let's pull back. So what I'm saying is that because you have that early warning system and because you pulled back, your mind never actually let you experience that traumatic moment. It didn't actually let you fully hear what people were saying. It didn't actually fully let you see what occurred and see what happened after that. Like maybe someone was about to fall and you looked away. You didn't actually see if they fell and they actually didn't end up getting hurt, or if they fell and they got horribly hurt, or if they fell and then they got right back up. You don't actually know what happened next because your mind is protecting you. And your mind is protecting you in the exact same way to this day. To this day, your mind is actively making sure that those specific memories, those early original memories of what it considered to be a problem for you to experience, your mind is still protecting you from seeing that early experience. And this is what it does. It creates a shield around it. It makes it so that you never have to look at that. It makes it so that that original defense you first employed, someone was about to get hurt and you looked away, you now do that every single time. It makes it so that early warning system is what you use for every threat in your life. Ooh, something feels like a tiny little prick. Might be a pinprick. Let's run away. Let's look away. Let's try and fight it. Whatever your pattern is, your mind is continually protecting you. Every single time that it thinks you might experience something similar. And so here's where we get into the realm of the subconscious. In your subconscious mind, it's using, oh God, this is just so deep and beautiful. I feel like I'm going to cry. This is what's actually happening in your subconscious. And this is why I make these videos, and this is why I do this work. It's a totally different world in here. And if you've tried to change your subconscious, You either kind of know that or you basically have seen it doesn't make sense consciously. Your subconscious is processing the world without time, without reason. It's processing it based on its own logic. You have to learn the language of your own subconscious mind. You have to learn what your subconscious sees as a threat. You have to understand that your mind is seeing things as threats that aren't necessarily what would make sense out here consciously. You have to understand that your subconscious doing this isn't just some small inconvenience. It is actually one of the pillars of your understanding of reality and yourself. Existence itself, your own conscious life is guided by these things. And that's why your mind's not just going to let you change them. It has spent your entire life defending you from ever being hurt by what it knows would hurt so much if you let it in. It knows it would just kill your understanding of reality. Oh my gosh, my parents aren't perfect. They aren't perfectly safe. They aren't perfectly abundant. My life isn't perfectly whole. The world isn't a safe place. The world isn't a good place. I'm not perfect. I can't do everything right. I can't be good. I don't get unconditional acceptance from others. I don't get unconditional love from others. All of these aren't just silly little things children believe. They're literally the pillars of your mind. Of course it's wrecking your life if they're out of balance. And of course it doesn't make sense if you try to change them. Your mind doesn't want to let you consciously. But now you know unconsciously what's happening. So here's what you actually have to do is you have to go to that memory. You have to go back to that wounded core memory because that's what your mind is protecting. It actually already saw what it saw. It saw the whole thing. It just won't let you feel it. You have to go in there and feel it. Maybe for the first time. You have to go in there and see it. Knowing you're safe now, you have to be the one to go in and hold the hand of yourself while you go re-experience those things because that is what is at the core. That's what the defense is wrapped around. That's what the limitation is created from. And that is the key to the first step of the journey of actually changing your core beliefs, actually changing your subconscious. Because here's the thing, I know you want so much more than to just not believe you're unlovable and not believe money hates you or whatever you're deeply subconsciously trying to change. I know you want the good thing on the other side of that. You want a love that's real. You want a life that's abundant and you feel it and it feels good. You want security inside. You want yourself back and you want your life back, and it is the most precious and valuable thing in this entire universe because it is literally you. And your life should be experienced fully by you. And that's why you're here, or that's why your subconscious led you here. So that's what it takes to actually go deep. And in the next video in this series, I'm going to talk about some of the common mistakes that happen when you first start this work. So come join me in the next video. And if you want to go deeper, come check out my healing resources that you will find below. I have a signature online course where I take you through the full journey of changing your subconscious beliefs on their terms from the most broken state they can possibly be in to their most healthy and whole state. And it will change your life from the inside out. So if that interests you, come check it out. I would love to have you in my course. And come join me in the next video. We're going to talk about just common mistakes that happen when you begin this journey. I'll see you there.